follow and subscribe to my friend John Ford on YouTube. I have just subscribed to his videos, and this is a greeting for him and for all of the God of War fans who have an appreciation for Freya.
What's up, guys and girls? I have an exciting video for you all today. So if you go into Tyr's treasure room in the area where you have to flip the temple, if you walk into this room, you can find a multitude of references to serpents and things of that nature. However, this portrait seems to be a portrait of another dragon. So who is the serpent that's actually featured on this art? Well, it turns out that this picture is actually taken from real life in a church. So, this is where the picture came from. This carving is a carving of Nidhogg on a church in Norway. I'll have the source in the description down below. So, who is Nidhogg? Well, on the same website, it says that, like Jormungandr, Nidhogg is an enemy of the Aesir gods. During Ragnarok, the dragon will stand on the side of the giants under the leadership of Loki to fight against Odin's forces. It also says that Nidhogg will survive Ragnarok, the battle at the end between the gods and the giants. It will survive the flood and the fire, and harvest many new corpses of those guilty of murder, adultery, and oath-breaking, and others who committed the worst possible crimes. So since this art is featured in real life, a carving in Norway that depicts Nidhogg, it's safe to assume that the reason why this art is in Tyr's treasure room is that Nidhogg actually does exist in this world, and he'll fight alongside Kratos and Atreus when Ragnarok begins. This is all further supported when Cory Barlog was talking about the dragons in an interview, and he said that these dragons might actually return. Here's that clip.
Ceiling coming down. Yeah. And dragons, like, when we first started talking about those, I was like, I want an enemy that you don't fight, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you're actually going to do something good, right? But in typical fashion, who knows what that's going to manifest as, right?
Especially
These
in
are
God
the
of War,
things
yeah.
that it's like, hey, you're going to go through and you're going to free these 3 dragons. They're very specific dragons.
Yeah.
And maybe later in the future of these games, they might come back. And will you regret that you did that? I don't know, man. That's what's so cool about it, is that you place all these things and who knows what's going to come back.
Maybe.
So it's safe to assume that dragons will be featured in the next game, and that Nidhogg is also going to be featured in the next game because it's so relevant. Tyr's story is relevant, and the serpents and the dragons and the giants trusting Tyr with knowledge is really good. What do you all think about the dragons being relevant in the next game, and what do you think about Nidhogg also coming into the fray? I want to see this dragon at Ragnarok. It would be pretty damn cool if we can possibly see a glimpse of him, and if he really will be fighting on our side like in the real myth. I'm going to be out of here. Thank you guys for listening. Deuces.